Hello my lovely ravens, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chantel and today we have a little midweek video with a special box, and I think you know what this means. Yes, it is Jazza's face, and Jazza was kind enough to send me this box to review for you guys. And yes, I'm going to make an artwork with the supplies in this box in this video. I hope you keep watching and you all know this is not my normal kind of content on this channel, but I wanted to put it on this channel just to support Jazza. He is a very kind person and definitely an art friend on the YouTubes. So let's open it on up. Ooh, we have a special note. Dear Chantel, thank you for being a constantly supportive, encouraging and honest presence in the art community. I love your content and really appreciate the awesome things you do and the way you help make our special creative community feel as welcoming and awesome as it does. All the best, keep creative, Jazza. Yee, this is really cool. Thank you, Jazza. Ooh, look at that. And this box is heavy, about 2.6 kilos. It is a heavy box. I really like how this looks. It is really heavy, guys. That's what the back looks like. And what you get inside. Oh, it's a box within a box. So these are the markers. This is all the papers. Look at the big packs. So that's the illustrations and the papers, the white papers. And then we have the pencils, the graphite pencils, the eraser, and the sketch pens. I love how everything's packaged. I like the muted kind of sleek stylization of what this looks like. It's very much into the Spectrum Noir kind of style, just with Jazza's face added to the products, but the actual box just has Jazza's Pro Artist series on it and not his face. So that's an element I really like about it. Let's have a look in this box. Really nicely packaged, and look at all those markers. Now I do have some Illustrator by Spectrum Noir markers because they came in the Smart Art boxes. And the beauty of these is they either click next to each other by sliding them in the slots on the side, or on top of each other, even on an angle, so you can stack them. And we have the two pencils, which is a 2B and an HB, an eraser, the art liners. I do use Spectrum Noir art liners myself as well. And as Jazza said in his video, if you haven't seen that one yet, I will link it in the description box below. The brush liner is one of his favorite pens, and I actually use that brush liner as well, so I'm really happy to have another one. So here are all the liners, and as you can see, there's a brush 08, 05, 03, 01 and 0.05. Then we have the Color Blend by Spectrum Noir blendable artist pencils, and this is, or actually everything is, these pencils and the markers are specifically selected by Jazza himself. And look at those colors. Oh, this is thick paper. That is nice. But man, this stuff, it's thick. It's really nice, decent paper. Let's do some swatching of all the supplies and then let's get into a project.
Hello, voiceover me here. I was so excited when Jazza contacted me regarding this box. It is so well curated and everything just goes together. It is made for aspiring professionals who want to work with serious materials. The coloring pages, which are on the blending card, can help them learn to refine their techniques if they are not confident yet, and this set of materials will last them well into the future. I will leave links to where you can purchase the box, as well as links to Jazza's videos in the description box below. The markers went down really well, and the pencils reminded me in look and feel of the pencil and the way they went down of the Derwent artist pencils. I have used the liner pens previously and I really enjoy using them.
And here we have the swatches of all the markers, including the blender, the pens, the pencils and the eraser, and all the pencils as well. I love the color selection. It is a basic color selection, but it's fantastic to start with. And also you basically have all the colors that you want in a set. I think these, yes, they layer perfectly over markers. Even over the darker ones. Let's come up with a little project for this. Okay, I finally figured out what I'm going to do. I picked this piece and I've copied it 6 times. If I need more, I will copy some more just on my printer at home. So this is the original, this is the copy on marker paper. And this is the marker paper I had at home. So I have this frame and what I want to do is make her in 3D. So I want to build up layers and the background will be the first layer or just the background. Then the second layer will be the wings. The third layer will be her body. The fifth layer will be her hoodie and probably her belt. This and her arms probably. The sixth layer will be just her gauntlets and the scythe. And I might change up her skin in the end, but we'll see about that. So first things first, I need to cut her to size of this frame. Just gonna clip that down and then cut off the excess. So the next step is cutting out all the layers and see how they fit together and then coloring in. There's a start. I won't bore you with the whole process, but I'll be back when everything is cut out. Alright then, I've got my light box here. I want to change her pants and possibly her top. I want to keep that little waistcoat and I want to change her skin. So her skin is going to be normal skin without the tattoos, that is. For that, I need to trace her onto marker paper. See, I've already started cutting her out and here's the arm missing, but I need to do that again. You can see that this works fine. I am not sure if I can use Jazza's marker paper with that. Oh, I would be able to see through that. But then the visual will change. So I'm going to grab my own marker paper. I am now going to trace that part. I don't know if you guys can see that. This part, so her entire body, including the scythe, excluding that arm. So with the liners, I'm going to trace that. All right, now that I've got everything out, let me show you all the layers. Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4. Layer 5 is going to be all these extra bits to make individual items stand out more. So there we have it. And now I'm going to outline all the edges so I don't have that wide edge. I'll show you what I mean. I will do that with one of my older brush nibs and not with this one, but just for the purpose of showing you, if I do this, I hope you can see it. You will get a much crisper edge. And I'm going to do that for all the pieces and then we're gonna go into coloring. Okay, I've done some further swatching and testing of the colors, which ones I want, and I made the base black. Her main body is black. then which is basically where I'm gonna glue this part on. So everything that I don't need to color is black. And then there's this part, which has the exposed arm, and then this comes on top. And then on top of that, there is the hoodie, the scythe, the gauntlet, and the other gauntlet. So basically underneath here, I can still make them black as well. I think I'm gonna get into coloring. The wings will be brown gray. I'll show you the colors. BG4 and BG8. For the hoodie and the waistcoat, I'm going to use emerald green and alpine green, which is AG3 and AG4. For the skin, I'm going to start with sandstone, and I'm going to use tea rose and blossom with that as well. And I might use some of the brown gray BG4 for the shading. For the gold parts, I'm going to use, I think it's a 10. Yeah, it's a 10. So Canary, CT3, LY1 and TN6 for the gold accents. And then for the leather look, I'm going to use EB8, TN8 and TN6, which are these three. So those are the colors I'm going to use. I'm not even going to touch the purples and the blues because I don't need them for this illustration. And the grays that I'm going to use for the wings are the brown grays, so the warm grays.
Let's be fair, I'm really not a marker artist, but I seriously had fun exploring this art medium. The way you can blend with the markers and how the pencils layer on top of the markers just works really well together. I would love to know what you think of this set and what you think of the piece I created. I wanted to come up with something different for this video, and the art supplies definitely held up to it. Like I said in the beginning of this video, this is an extra midweek video, and at the end of the week there will be another Harry Potter related project out. There are some of you that have been asking about the miniatures and dioramas. There is loads in store for the new year. I'm just taking it easy in this last month of the year. Between Christmas and New Year, I will also be doing some extra live streaming on different times and different days, and I hope you can join me for them as well.
Okay, now that all the pieces are done and colored, I am going to cut some cork to build up the layers in between. This is just a placemat that you can get at IKEA. You can also use this for dioramas, and they come in a pack of 4 and they are really cheap. So I'm going to build up these layers, and oops, I need to start with the first layer, of course. And everything that's black, that is where I can place the cork. And I'm just thinking, before I do that, I'm going to add more detail with colored pencil because I forgot to do that. I want to add that ever so slight oil kind of sheen to the feathers. So what I've done with the color grass, I'm going in ever so slightly to give that green sheen. And then with the color, what is it, mauve, I'm going to add the other color in, the purple kind of sheen. It's not a lot, just a touch of color. Now that all the pencil is done, I can move on to layering with the cork. So one layer of the cork is now on, and this is what it looks like when I put the second layer on top. What I want to do though, when it's all dry, I'm just using wood glue. You can also use PVA glue. It will discolor a little bit. Okay, I found that Fabri-Tac glue on a little color test page does not discolor. So I'm going to use that glue from now on and not wood glue or PVA glue because they both discolor. As you can see, right there where I've glued everything, it discolors the alcohol ink. So I'm going to use Fabri-Tac, which is fine because it dries quicker anyway. So what I was just going to say, I've got a cheaper black marker. It's also an alcohol marker. I'm going to color the edges of that cork. So that way you can't see that there's cork underneath, or not as well. I don't know if it's fully visible in the end product, but I don't want it to be visible at all if I can prevent it. So that's what I'm going to do after every layer. All right, it's quite a job, but there's all the black edges. Looks like a bit of a stick figure now. And now I will glue on this part. And that's it for all the layers. So that's what we've got now. It's quite chunky. Let's move it into the frame. I think I'm going to use this matting frame that came out of the frame to put that behind her like so. And then put some kind of gradient or whatever behind it. Grabbed one of the papers, the blank papers on the Jazza pack. And I want to place that behind here and put the background in there. So I just put 2 layers of foam there because I want to do some lights in there as well. And first I'm going to make the background. Stab a hole there. All right, thread them through, and then I will have a like glowing light coming from behind, and I'm just gonna attach that with my hot glue gun. The lights are in. I'm gonna glue the frame onto this board now and then into the normal frame. Let's see what the final result looks like.
I hope you enjoyed watching and are inspired to perhaps get your own markers out. Jazza, thank you again so much for sending me this box and for your support. Please check out the links in the description box below if you would like to order your own box, and also for Jazza's videos. All my other social media can be found in the description box below, and if you're new here, welcome! Don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos, and of course, become part of the Raven family. Thanks so much for watching, stay safe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!